What do we call you, sir?
First name, Mr. Last name, Glass.
Hey everybody, first name Mr., last name Glass. We finally got our first trailer at Comic-Con. So most of you probably understand that this is a sequel to Split and Unbreakable. They form a trilogy now, but there's so many references back to the original Unbreakable because now we have Samuel L. Jackson's character back in the mix and Bruce Willis. So the obvious tease is that Samuel L. Jackson is saying that this sounds like the bad guys teaming up, that he's going to be teaming up with the Beast against Bruce Willis's character. So if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. It's still the middle of the summer movie season. Actually, Mission Impossible is coming up. I'll be doing a review for that really soon, too. The new character here at this mental hospital that's played by Sarah Paulson is Ellie Staple. She's studying these people, believing that they have delusions of grandeur. But Mr. Glass's whole thing is that he wants to show the world that superheroes are real. And even though they kind of get into the logic of it during Unbreakable, they did a much better job of explaining it from a scientific perspective during the Split movie with all of James McAvoy's different personalities. During the Comic-Con panel, M. Night said that McAvoy has around 21 distinct personalities during this Glass movie. The worst one, like the super aspect of it, is the Beast. That's what you see him in the trailer. Like you see him in this tunnel here getting ready to kill these people. You see him climbing on the pipes. That's really like the fullest expression of his superhero aspect. But the other personalities serve different purposes too. Mostly to freak you out. And like while he's in the mental hospital, he says, "Oh, we almost fooled you, bro." The personalities all work together in Congress. Like there's a cool scene in Split where they're all talking to each other and it's just James McAvoy transitioning back between different voices to distinguish the different personalities. So just from a cinematic perspective, it's an amazing performance. I really do hope that Kevin Feige keeps James McAvoy around when they go to the MCU era of the X-Men, just because he's a fantastic actor. Anyone that can pull off a performance like that with that many different personalities is worth keeping around. What seems like is going on here is that they sort of start bumping into each other in the real world, like you see James McAvoy bump past Bruce Willis. Part of Bruce Willis's ability is that he can detect when danger is coming and help save people, but he has to touch the person that's getting ready to do the bad thing. So his spidey sense goes off the charts when he bumps into James McAvoy like something is coming, but he's not totally sure what's going on. And it seems like the movie opens letting you know what he's been doing this whole time because it's been a long time since Unbreakable came out. The way he explains it in the trailer, like being a security person, is basically being a vigilante on the DL, actually trying to do good things with his powers. But obviously, as Sarah Paulson's character says, like the world just doesn't believe that superheroes exist. The whole idea of Unbreakable is that Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mr. Glass, was staging all these big disasters trying to get Bruce Willis's character to manifest. He didn't know that David Dunn specifically existed, but his great intelligence had led him to believe that superheroes were real. So by his logic, he causes enough disasters, a superhero will rise to the challenge. So that's how he became the supervillain of the story. Before that happened, he was just a really smart person who had a really weak body. It's not quite like James McAvoy's character, who actually does have distinct personalities, the Beast personality having crazy inhuman-like abilities, but it's all flowing from human biology. So superheroes are real. Like these aren't metahumans or anything like that. This is a little bit different from what you would consider an X-Men movie, where they actually do have mutations. This is all based on human evolution, like they're trying to play it in a more real-world way. So even though they're all sitting here and Samuel L. Jackson looks really frail and old and he's not a danger to anybody, he's just crazy smart. That's his real superpower. But it's not a superpower in the way that you see James McAvoy running on all fours, climbing on pipes, when the Beast personality has taken control of his body. I think the idea with Bruce Willis's character is that his strength flows from the same place that the Beast's strength flows from. If you want to, I would recommend going back and rewatching the Split movie. When James McAvoy's character is talking to the psychiatrist, she goes through this big explainer about how the human body can change based on different chemicals that it excretes, explaining a scientific reason for why the Beast can have the abilities that it does and why Bruce Willis's character has the abilities that he does. But it's not like they shoot laser beams out of their eyes or anything like that. So just like Mr. Glass during the Unbreakable movie was causing big disasters to get Bruce Willis to rise to the occasion, his big plan during this movie is to team up with James McAvoy's Beast character to get the world to recognize that superheroes really do exist. So just imagine really big, crazy action set pieces, and then over on the side you have Bruce Willis's character and Anna Taylor-Joy, who's back from Split, trying to stop them. This moment here with her standing with these two people after all hell breaks loose outside the mental hospital, this is David Dunn's son next to her, and the woman is actually Mr. Glass's mother, like Sarah Paulson trying to use the people that were closest to them as part of whatever her therapy session was. You may also notice that inside Mr. Glass's comic book store, when they're thumbing through the comic book pages, they depict the events of the Split movie. Like you see the Beast character just ripping people apart like he did during the movie. So I'm just fascinated to see how this all goes down, because I feel like M. Night definitely did have a really awesome comeback with Split. It's a great movie just by itself, but then at the end, when we find out that it's actually a sequel to Unbreakable, that just blew everyone's minds. If it wasn't clear, Anna Taylor-Joy's character also doesn't have any superpowers, but the way that they're pitting this is that you have the bad guys teaming up, like Mr. Glass says. I think the idea is that Anna Taylor-Joy is going to help team up with Bruce Willis, so it's a little more even odds. But in the middle, you have Sarah Paulson's character, who just doesn't believe anything. It'll be interesting to see what she does later in the movie when she sees all these abilities manifest. So that's part of the fun, is that you know way more than her character. If you've seen Unbreakable and Split, the suspense is palpable. Like, okay, we're just waiting for things to explode, as you kind of see later in the trailer. There's still a whole bunch of Comic-Con videos to get through. Leave all your requests in the comments below. I think I'm allowed to post my non-spoilery Mission Impossible Fallout review, so that should post either later tonight or early tomorrow morning. While you wait for everything, click here to rewatch that Godzilla King of Monsters Comic-Con trailer, and click here to rewatch all the DC trailers. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.
What do we call you, sir? First name, Mr. Last name,